This Week in Jacksonville with Kent Justice.
And in this segment, we're learning more about 5,000 role models of excellence, the Duval chapter. Here with us, Willie Hall from Duval Schools, and then Saul Roundtree and Savon Torres, who participate in this program. I'm really excited about this. We're talking about it because a dozen students or so from Wolfson High School in Jacksonville participated in the 2019 Congressional Black Caucus Annual Legislative Conference. That means went to Washington, D.C. So let's talk about this. And I guess biggest thing that came out of the trip, Savon, why don't you tell me?
The biggest thing that came out of the trip, well, for me was it helped me be better in like a professional environment and everything like that. Yeah. So when I'm talking to like people who are higher up into me, like at my job and stuff like that, I can talk to them more on the same level. So I've been looking to get a promotion soon at my job and stuff like that. And
so walking up the steps of the Capitol of the United States of America might have given you a little taste. That's awesome. Saul, I know, so Savon's a senior. Saul, I know you're a sophomore. Tell me, what was the biggest thing you got out of this experience?
Out of this trip, I think the biggest thing I got out of was just the knowledge of the brotherhood that the 5,000 brought. So while we were at the caucus, we actually had some of the guys talking from the 5,000 from all across Florida. And I heard a lot of their stories, and it was so easy to get along with these people and all these people I've never met before. When we met each other, it was so easy to get along because we know we had like a similar goal that we were going for, and it was great to know that.
So we are seeing some of the photos of you on this trip. Mr. Hall, just explain, we want to keep seeing the video and the photos here, but just explain what the 5,000 Role Models of Excellence is and why this trip was part of the program.
So the 5,000 Role Models is a male mentoring program that was initiated in 1993 by Congresswoman Frederica Wilson. And our primary goal is to mentor young men in grade school and kind of help push them to some of their goals that they need to accomplish. This trip was so important because this year in particular, Congresswoman Wilson was the co-chair of the Congressional Black Caucus Conference. And so she invited 40 of these young men, 12 from Duval, some from Broward and Miami-Dade, to come up for the week and be ambassadors for this conference. And so it was very important for them not only to meet their founder, the person who started this program, but also interact with other young men from other counties all over Florida.
So, gentlemen, since you got to go on this, I want to hear some of your experience some more. How does this inspire you? I just heard, Savon, that you mentioned that it gives you some more confidence. Does it inspire you in some way, what you got to experience?
Well, yes, it does inspire me because, like, going to Washington and everything like that, because I'm from here in Jacksonville, Florida. I haven't really been in any other state.
Had you been to Washington before?
I've never been to Washington before.
First time to the nation's capital.
That's like the first place I've ever actually traveled to, too. So like, the first place I ever traveled to is the Capitol. So doing all that, it just kind of created this like little bit of ambition in me, I want to say.
Yeah.
And because of that, every day, you know, I want to work towards maybe going to Washington and maybe getting a job there, or just being higher up than just like a normal day job or something like that. You know, be like maybe a CEO or something like that.
That is pretty cool. Savon, travel in general can do that. It can open our eyes, and then we say, ooh, maybe that thing that I experienced is for me. Saul, let me hear from you. Are you inspired by what you got to experience?
I definitely believe I'm inspired because when we went, there were a lot of important people at the events we went to. And I was able to meet and shake hands with these people, and they told me all stories about them and how our program is doing so well and how we can get to where they are from this program. And it was able to show me that we are able to build up to that position from where we are if we work hard.
Yeah. So we're seeing some video right now, this receiving line. Tell me what's happening here, because I see you guys handing roses to some of the folks there.
What's Phoenix Awards dinner.
Yeah.
We were acting as ambassadors here, greeting people, welcoming them inside the awards and everything like that, to basically show off how professional we can be and look.
You got some smiles there, didn't you?
Yeah.
You made a difference, right? Making a difference by that professionalism, by that I'm serving you, I'm giving you something, right? Great lesson. Yeah. Mr. Hall, tell me more about that, because I don't want to say it was choreographed, but clearly you guys had an agenda.
Yes.
Here's what we want these young men to experience, right?
Basically, Congresswoman's vision is to expose the young men to some of these things that they wouldn't normally be exposed to, and also make the program a highlight so people can learn more about the program. While we were there, we had the opportunity to talk to all kinds of legislators and elected officials that were asking about the program, how could they have the program in their areas and their states. And so it really was a showcase in a way for them to not only learn some things, but also teach these people at this conference about the program and what the work we're doing here in Florida and now in other areas of the country as well with the 5,000.
Yeah, so that's got to be encouraging to you.
It is.
Since you're, and maybe explain your role, because you're not, these gentlemen are at Wolfson High School. You're involved with several different schools.
Yes. So I'm the events coordinator for the 5,000 Role Models here in Duval County Public Schools. The school board is an initiative that they have here in the district, Duval County Public Schools, and we have 16 schools. So we have an elementary school, which we just started our first elementary school site this year, 8 middle schools and 7 high schools. And so my job primarily is to go to the different schools, make sure the site directors who serve as club sponsors at the schools have everything that they need, attend some of their meetings, because each site meets once a week where they actually mentor the young men, have different life classes, teach them about etiquette, money management, life skills, responsibility. And then when trips like these come up, it's my job to kind of coordinate them and plan them and make sure everything goes well.
Yeah, so Saul, Savon, 30 seconds apiece. Savon, I'm going to start with you. What's the one thing that you'll take away? If you can say about one thing 5,000 Role Models is going to mean to you as you go through the rest of your life. What did you get out of this program?
Confidence, brotherhood, and like I said before, ambition, drive to do something.
What do you think, Mr. Hall? That's pretty good, right?
I think that's pretty good.
That's pretty good. Saul, tell me, what are the things that you're getting out of this that you think you're going to take into the rest of your life because of it?
Well, like Savon said, I do feel a bit more confident due to this program, but also leadership. As in the 5,000 at Wolfson, I'm the vice president, and so I help like schedule these meetings and talk to these young men about what we're doing and leading them into adulthood, basically.
Yeah. I'm so impressed. I've done stories on the 5,000 Role Models of Excellence. I'm getting to meet you. I really appreciate hearing your perspectives and getting to understand more about this particular trip and what it's done for all of you. So thank you so much for being part of it.
Thank you.
All right.